Our main today's topic are based on set theory. Set theory. So when we are talking about sets, a set is a collection of a well-defined object. It can be anything. It can be an items. It can be a set of numbers, either what we have in natural numbers or anything. For example, let's give an example of a set. So under set, there's one thing that we need to know. You know, in mathematics, we have different type of brackets. We have small brackets, we have big brackets, and at the same time, we have a curly bracket. So you have to take note of that. Under the set theory, we'll be using what we call curly bracket. So there is a penalty if you use a wrong bracket, like maybe the small one or the big one. So you have to take note of that. So in any set, when we are dealing with set, we're making use of this curly bracket. So as I said earlier, we said a set is a collection of a well-defined object that it can be anything, it can be an item. Like for example, let me give an example of in natural numbers. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here we can see that here we have a set of numbers that comprise of a natural number like 1, 2, 3, 4, and at the same time we have 5. So at the same time it can be an item also, or day of the week. Like for example, let's say we have day of the week. Day of the week, like let's say we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. So a set can be of either a set of numbers, as I mentioned, or an items. Now let's talk about the different types of set that we have. Types of set. So the first one we are going to mention, we call it equal set. Equal set. Equal set. What do you mean by equal set? Two sets are said to be equal if they have the same element. For example, let's say I have set A to be equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have set B to be equal to, let's say we have 4, 2, 1, and 3. Clearly from this set, if I look at these numbers, I can clearly see that under A, we have 1, which is an element of A. We have 2 as well. At the same time, we have 3, and we have 4. So now, if you look at B now, B have 4, 2, 1, and 3. So clearly, you can see that all the elements that we have in A is equal to all the elements that we have inside B as well. So this type of set is called equal set. So two sets are said to be equal if they have the same element. So another type of set that we have what we call equivalent set. Equivalent set. So in this case, two sets are said to be equivalent. Write it very well so that it can be bold enough. We have equivalent set. So two sets are said to be equivalent rather, if they have the same cardinality. So maybe I should firstly explain the meaning of what they call cardinality so that you will not get perplexed of that. What do you mean by cardinality of a set? Cardinality of a set. What does that mean? When we are talking about cardinality, it means the number of the element we have in a particular set. For example, let's say, let me give you an example of this one, like what we mentioned here. For A, we have A to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Assuming if I want to find the cardinality of this A, don't worry about the word cardinality. It just means the number of the element that we have in a particular set. For example, if I want to find the number of A here, by counting it, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4. That means the cardinality of A here is going to be equal to 4. Let me give you a clear example of another one. Let's say we have set X to be equal to A, B, C, D, E, F. So if I was asked to find the cardinality, it means I was asked to find the number of the elements in that particular set. Like here, I can have the number of X here to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That means here, the number of X is equal to 6. That's what we call cardinality of a set. So then I use this knowledge to explain what we call equivalence. So equivalence is different from equal set. So two sets are said to be equivalent if they have the same cardinality. Let me write it so that you can see very well. two sets are said to be equivalent if they have the same number of elements. So let's give an example of that. E.g., let's say I have set X is equal to A, B, C, D. Let's say we have Y to be equal to 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it doesn't matter, either they have something in common or not. So clearly here, if you look at set X we have A, B, C, D, and set Y we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Even here, we can see that they don't have anything in common. So clearly here, we can see, let's determine the number of the element we have in X. Number of element of X here is going to be, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. At the same time, number of Y here, let's determine that's 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. So now, clearly we can see that X has number of element to be 4 as well. Y also have number of element to be 4. So clearly here, which means that X and Y are equivalent. Now, apart from equal set and equivalent set, we still have another set. There's another set. We have what we call Singleton set. Singleton. So don't mind mathematics term. Even from the word Singleton, you can be able to know what they mean by Singleton. It's just talking about a single set. So when they set have a Singleton set, is what we call Singleton set. So two sets, or let's just say a set, is said to be a Singleton when it has only one element. Singleton set is a set that has only one element. So meaning, when we have a set and it has just a single element, the set is said to be a Singleton set. For example, let's say we have X to be equal to A. We can see this set X has just one element, which is A. So it's called a Singleton set. Or let me give you an example. Let's say they say A is equal to day of the week that starts with M. That start with M. So now we know day of the week. We have Monday, we have Tuesday, we have Wednesday, we have Thursday, we have Friday, we have Saturday, and we have Sunday. So clearly here, the day of the week that start with M is Monday. So I can say this set is talking about Monday. So clearly here, this is a good example of what we call Singleton set. I hope you are following. So now, apart from Singleton set, we still have another set. We call it empty set. We have what we call empty set. So when they say the word empty, when it has nothing, that's what they mean by empty set. So a set is said to be empty when there is no element. When it has no element, is what we call empty set. So, but this one, you know, every let me just say, every subject have their own symbol. So in maths, we have a symbol that we normally demarcate for empty set. For here, we can use this same symbol for empty set, or we use ordinary curly brackets. So please, in this case, you have to be very careful. If you use empty set or use empty curly bracket, the two terms are the same, but you cannot use the two at a time. For example, if I use this one now, can you guess? So clearly, this that means you are talking about a Singleton set. So it's either we use this symbol or we use the second symbol. So a set is said to be empty when it has no element. For example, let's say they said X is equal to day of the week that starts with K. So, you know, under the day of the week, we have Monday, we start with M, right? We have Tuesday with T, Wednesday with W, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So clearly, There's no day of the week that start with a K. So that means this one is an empty set. So when we don't have any element in a particular set, it's what we call empty set. We also have another one like finite set, infinite, when the set is it has maximum number of elements. At the same time, infinite when it has many elements like that. So the most important one is what we have discussed earlier. We have equal set. Two sets are said to be equal when they have the same what? When they have the same element. As well as we talk about equivalent set. We said two sets are said to be equivalent when they have what? When they have the same number of elements. At the same time, we mentioned an empty set. That an empty set is a set that has no element. There's another one, we call it a power set. We call it power set. That one too is important that we need to know. Power set. This is just indicating the number of the possible elements that we can have in a particular set. Either 8 sets or either 9 sets or 10 whatsoever. So we call it what we call a power set, and that's the formula that we can use to make it more simpler. We normally use 2 raised to the power of n for any set. Either the set has 5 elements or 6 elements or 10 elements. This n that we wrote here indicating the number of the element that we have in that particular set. The number of the element. For example, let's say I have set X to be, let's say we have A, B, and C. And it's has to find the power set. Find the power set of X, meaning I should find the number of the possible elements I can have in that particular set X. So since here, we have discussed it earlier, how to find the cardinality, right? So now, I can easily determine the number of X first. The number of X here, that is 1, 2, 3. That means clearly the number of X here is equal to 3, isn't it? Now, I can find my power set now. So using the formula, my formula is 2 raised to the power of n. Now, using the number of the element that we have there, which is 3, I can have this one to be 2 raised to the power of 3. So another error here, some people can think that maybe 2 raised to the power of 3 means 5 or 6. No. This is an index notation. If you have 2 raised to the power of 3, it simply means 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2, that one is 4. And 4 times 2, we are going to have 8. That means in this particular set X, I can form 8 sets. So one thing you have to take note, a set itself must contain itself, and there must be an empty set. For example, if I want to find the power set of this, we can have it to be empty set. That's 1, because empty set is a set of this set. At the same time, we can have A can stand on its own, B can also stand on its own. At the same time, we can have C. So we can be matching the two now. We can have AB. At the same time, we can have AC. Then we can have BC as well. Then we can have set X itself. We can have A, B, and C. Let me explain this one in details. How did I form this set? Since I know that in this set I can form 8 sets there. Now, I have empty set, which is the first one. We have set A, which is the second one, because A can stand on its own, right? So B can also stand on its own. C can stand on its own. Then we can be matching the two now. We can have set AB, right? We can have set AC. We can have set BC as well. We can have set ABC. If you count them, you see that they are equivalent to 8. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's what we call the power set. So let's talk about one more so that we can be able to learn another type of set. We have what we call disjoint set. Disjoint set. Even from the word disjoint, we know when they say something is joint, like biology, but now let's just indicate it in mathematics. Like when we are talking about disjoint set, two sets are said to be disjoint when they don't have anything in common. Like maybe you check the first set and you check the second set and you see that the two doesn't have anything in common. It's called a disjoint set. For example, let's say we have set X is equal to ABC. Let's say we have set Y to be equal to, let's say we have 1, 2, 3. Here, you can see, if you look at set X, under set X, I have A, B, and C, right? And under set Y, I have 1, 2, 3. So clearly here, the two doesn't have anything in common. So it's called disjoint set. So two sets are said to be disjoint if they don't have anything in common. But here you can see they have the same cardinality, right? What would you call it? Because we said the set is said to have the same cardinality if they have the same number of elements. So far, to summarize what we have discussed so far, we discussed about the types of set that we have. So one, we mentioned equal set. Then we mentioned equivalent set. At the same time, we mentioned how to find the cardinality of a set. We mentioned the power set. We mentioned how to find the empty set, as well as we mentioned how to find the disjoint set. So these are all for the types of sets. To follow more on sets, you should subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so you cannot miss our next video. Thanks for watching.